Hola a todos, hola de nuevo, hello again. So this is a continuation of our introductory video, and let's see. Yeah, I think we left off right about here. I had just introduced basically who I am, where to find me, what my student hours are, my office phone, and my email. Email is a great way to reach me. Keep in mind when you use D2L email that D2L is a closed system. What that means is you can't send an email from a Gmail account to a D2L account. And you also can't send an email from a D2L account to a Yahoo account, for instance. So you use D2L to communicate within D2L. But if you're using, say, some other personal account, email me here at my SFA email. I check both of them very frequently, so either way, you can be pretty sure to get in touch with me. Do use some basic email etiquette. You don't have to be extremely formal in an email to me, but at least give me a heading, like, hi, Professora Pelham, hello, this is so-and-so. You don't have to give me your student ID number or your course number and all this. I probably know who you are. Just give me your first and last name in a courteous email with just some basic, spelling conventions. Don't treat it like a text. But other than that, you don't have to be extremely formal. So anyway, resources. This is a really important part of your success in Spanish, especially because you are in the online section. The online sections can be really good for people who are self-motivated and who know how to use their resources, but they can be really bad for people who are not organized and who don't know where to get help. So, first of all, we're going to need your textbook and your iLearn website. There is no possible way, unless you for some reason are already fluent in Spanish and in this class, in which case you should take the placement test. Email me about that if you are unsure what I'm talking about. But yeah, you definitely need to have your textbook, you need to have your website, and you need to be reading the textbook material that's on your syllabus before you attempt your homework. Otherwise, you're going to be a little lost. And so both of these things, your textbook and the iLearn website, both have resources to help you. Obviously, your initial information is from the textbook. The iLearn website, though, also has some tutorials and things. And I don't know if those are all available to you, but if you, for instance, you run into something that you're really not sure about and you want some extra information about, let's say you're having trouble later on with verbs and you want to see a tutorial about that, I can make sure that those tutorials are open for you on the iLearn website. All right, also, second resource is me. You have my office hours, you know where to find me, you know my email. Please get in touch. Don't wait until the end of the semester. Don't wait until you're failing things. Don't wait until you're begging me for bonus points on something. Just come talk to me. Come practice with me. There's a reason that I teach what I do. It's because I love Spanish, I love foreign language, and I love people. I love to help people to find their fluency, find their abilities with the foreign language. So yeah, don't hesitate to get in touch. Third thing, this is a really fantastic resource. Despite what I just told you about myself, most people prefer to work with peers rather than their professors. So there are some tutors in the language lab, which incidentally is right where my office is, Ferguson G77. I'll let you guys know about the schedule of those tutors later, but basically it's like walk-in tables. You can walk in and there will be a graduate student or some upper-level Spanish student there available for you to help you understand what we're working on in class. You can ask them questions about your homework. They cannot obviously do your homework for you, but I'm okay with them helping explain certain things to you. And yeah, use that resource. They're getting paid to be there, and they would be happy to help you. And fourth, we also have tutors in the ARC. If you don't know what the ARC is a great resource. It's in the Steen Library. When you first walk in, on your right, you will see a big room that's labeled ARC. It stands for the Academic Assistance and Resource Center. And the ARC has private tutors. So if you don't want to just rely on a walk-in tutor, the downside of which is that you have to wait if they're with somebody else, and you want your own private tutor, then you can go to the ARC. Go early, though. Go, like, as soon as you see this video. Go in the next week. And sign up for a Spanish tutor because they will run out by the time if you wait until October to do it, they won't have any availability. So yeah, you can also probably do this online. If you go to the SFA website and find the ARC website, you can surely sign up for a tutor online as well. Okay, another really important thing is our course textbook. This is one possible cover you might see of the textbook, but if you buy it at the SFA bookstore, your book will have a different cover that's customized for SFA. Please, please, please buy new. I'm all about saving money, and I would love for you guys to be able to buy used textbooks. Unfortunately, though, if you buy a used textbook, then you don't have the online access code, and you absolutely need that to complete this course, because our online access code is where you'll do all your homework, and your homework, as you will see in a minute, is a huge portion of your grade. So, buy new. The good thing about it is, if you do need more than one semester of Spanish, this book covers at least 3 semesters. 131 through 231. So that's 3 semesters of Spanish. Yes, please, please buy the book. Don't wait. There is some good news. If you are unable to get your book right now, and you still don't want to get behind, and you don't want to get behind on your homework, you can do a free trial on the iLearn website. Okay, and I'm going to post some instructions about how to do that. But that is a plus. If for some reason your financial aid hasn't come in, you don't have the book, don't despair. Try to get the book ASAP, but in the meantime, you can do a free trial on iLearn. You can access the ebook, and that lasts for 2 weeks, 14 days. An important thing here as well is once you set up your account on iLearn, I think you'll need this code that's inside of your book. That's your book code or your access key. But you'll also need your course code, okay? To distinguish you from all of the rest of the students taking Spanish with other professors, you need to put in my course code. And this way, I'm going to be able to see all of your work, and I'll be able to give you credit for all that hard work and all those hours that you put in. So yes, your code is BCHNJ786. Only put it in once, and you will be good to go. So if you're placed in this course and you're unsure of what this course covers, you think, okay, I've taken Spanish before, is this course going to be too easy for me? Here's just a little overview, and this might help you decide. This course covers Capítulo Preliminar, which is basic stuff like the alphabet and useful phrases and greetings and things, through Capítulo 4, Chapter 4 of your textbook. And in this semester, we'll be communicating in present tense, okay? So we won't be talking about things in the past. We won't be constructing really complex sentences. We will do some limited communication in the future tense, not future tense per se, but we're going to be using a different form, the going to form. So instead of saying, I will go on a trip, I will say, I'm going to go on a trip. Which is essentially the same thing. So we can essentially say that we'll learn present and future communication, but no past tense yet. We'll do meeting and greetings. We'll work on pronunciation. We'll be able to talk about our classes and schedules, daily activities and pastimes, hobbies, vacations, and our families. Okay? If you're unsure still, just by hearing that description, just take a look through the book. If it all looks extremely simple, you might want to go to the language lab, sign up for a placement test, which is free, by the way, and then once you get your results of that placement test, you may place up into a higher level of Spanish. The great thing about that is if you place up into the next semester, once you complete that semester, okay, if and only if you complete that semester successfully, you will get credit for that semester and this semester. So it's pretty nice. But yeah, feel free to do that. Take that option of taking the placement test if you think that you're too advanced for this course. Most people, though, in my experience, that get placed into this course, they might feel like it's really easy at the beginning, but it does pick up pretty quickly, and there is a lot of content covered. So even my native Spanish speakers that have taken this class, most of them say that they got a lot better at spelling, they got better at their grammar, and they learned some things that they didn't know before. So, okay, let's move on to the important topic of grading. We are going to grade iGrade on a 1,000-point scale. 100 points are allotted to the language log entries on the D2L discussion board. What in the world is a language log entry? Well, the way you get to it is, well, a couple of ways. On your home screen, on a D2L page, under your calendar, you'll see an item that pops up that says that the language log is due at a certain date. I don't have any posted right now, but if I look back at the previous semester, I'm going to go to Course Tools, Discussions, and here I have a list of all of my language logs. And for the first language log, we have 2 paragraphs in English. Introduce yourself to the class, include a picture, include your basic personal info, your name, your major, where you're from, your hobbies, and then your second paragraph is just a little bit of background about your Spanish experience. And it's basically just like a message board. So we click on this here, click on Start a New Thread, post your info, and then you can read other people's information, post a reply, and it's actually a nice way to network with your students in an online course. You can hopefully even maybe find a study partner that way. So yeah, that's 100 points. It's a really easy way to earn points. And yeah, that'll be just something that we do throughout the semester. 400 points will be allotted to your homework. So 100 points per chapter, chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4. We also have our intro chapter, which I'm thinking we're just going to do that intro chapter for practice, but your real points will come from chapters 1 through 4. That's a lot of points. That is 40% of your grade, is just doing your homework. And the reason I make it like that is kind of to emphasize a point, that a lot of life is just showing up and being consistent. And language learning is no different. If you show up and be consistent and work on your language each day, every other day, it's really going to pay off. And to me, that is more important than how smart you are. It's more important than the way you might cram something in at the last minute. This is what's really going to make a difference. 100 points will be allotted to your quizzes, which I'm pretty sure the way we're going to do it this semester is they'll all be taken on D2L. Once again, when you go to D2L on your course homepage, you'll know when something is due because it will pop up here in this calendar. But you also, if you're keeping up with your syllabus, that shouldn't be a surprise when quizzes occur. All right, those will be listed on your syllabus. 200 points will be your midterm, and 200 points will be your final. Both of these will be taken through D2L, and you do need to register on ProctorU 3 days in advance for those things. So the way that works on ProctorU, you go into ProctorU.com, you make an account, and there's like so many videos and things that show you how it works. It's really not complicated. You basically just make an account, and then you will see my course, you'll enroll in my course, and you'll just sign up for a time slot. And there's so many times you can choose from. You can basically take the test at any point throughout the day. The way that I do exams for my online course is I'll have them open for several days, so you can choose which day you want to take your exam, schedule for a time. You will connect, your proctor will connect. It'll be kind of a similar thing as like to Skype or something like that. And your proctor will basically have access to your to what you have on your desktop, so they will be able to tell if you have any windows open that you shouldn't have open and whatnot. It's just kind of a way of ensuring that there's no cheating going on. So yeah, so that's our grading scale. So if you keep up with that, you should know where you stand in the course. It makes it pretty easy. All right, this is an essential part of the class, keeping yourself accountable. The most common cause of failure in Spanish, in my classes at least, is not just being bad at Spanish or not being good at grammar or having a bad accent. The most common cause of failure is just not doing things. In my face-to-face classes, it's not showing up to class. In my online classes, it's just not doing the homework. The homework a lot of times is not even complicated. It's just a matter of doing it. So I highly recommend that you print your course calendar, that if you use your phone calendar, that you put alerts in there when things are due, that you use your planner if you use a planner, and that you log into D2L often so you can see some of those alerts. You can see my announcements and emails and such. All right, on your course calendar, each week, to make it easy for you, I've made a list of pages that you're responsible for. It says, what should I be studying this week? And then you have a small list. These things seem obvious, but I want to remind you, read before you attempt your homework. Remember, you get 3 attempts on your homework, which is nice. Your best grade is the one that's taken, and there's not going to be any late work accepted under normal circumstances. Obviously, if there's an outstanding circumstance, you can let me know. But for a couple of reasons. One, just the principle of the matter, you need to be doing your homework. But secondly, the site makes it really annoying to accept late work, so I try to avoid it. Just remember, learning a language is like prepping for a marathon, learning to play an instrument. Treat it the same way and you'll be successful.